So, Doc, talking about the priesthood, on the issue of the priesthood, in the Old Testament, we are introduced to the Levitical priesthood. But in 1 Peter chapter 2, the verse 5 and 9, we glean that believers are called the holy priesthood and the royal priesthood. Can you walk us through the transition from the Levitical priesthood down to the New Testament?
Well, I mean, God chose the Levites to be the special group of people dedicated to serving in his house and leading the people in worship. Originally, it was supposed to be the firstborn, male-born of every Jew was supposed to be dedicated to God. Then the Levites took that place. They become the family that God used. Out of the Levites, you have the priesthood and then the high priesthood, which was from the family, the high priesthood from the family of Aaron and his descendants. In the New Testament, God says that the entire body can approach him and worship him. Whereas in the Old Testament, it was the Levitical group that could be in the temple, offer sacrifices to God, and lead in worship. In the New Testament, there is no tribe, special tribe that God has called. Everybody who is born again is part of the priesthood. Of course, it doesn't mean that there are no special offices in the New Testament. In the New Testament, instead of having priests, in that sense, you have apostles, prophets, evangelists, teachers, and pastors, people specially called by God to teach and to offer guidance to his people. They don't represent the people before God as the old priests did, but they train or teach the people so they can directly relate to God and serve him. So the work of the priest in the Old Testament was that of a mediator between God and the people. But the pastor of today is not a mediator between God and the people. He's supposed to instruct the people so they can talk to God directly themselves or worship God directly by themselves.